And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Coming at you, yeah. It's Monday morning, March 10th, 9:30. Really 8:30, but we'll all pretend it's 9:30. What's up, government? Can we get rid of that? I say this every year. You guys aren't listening. It's so old school. How's everybody doing? You guys good? Great, man. Your boy's a little stressed with all the moving. T's baseball picked up. He's playing on 2 teams, travel ball team and a rec team. Here's my thing on this, and then I'll get off the dad shit, and then we get into this fighting. And boy, do I have some opinions about the UFC and UFC 313. My God, do I have opinions? Oh, my God. When it comes to baseball, here's the thing, parents. It's all fun and games, and when your kids get at a sport, they're going to tell you, oh, get into travel ball. And my take on travel, it's great. And I love that Tiger has the skills to play for one of the top travel ball teams in California. And, he's pitcher, batting fourth, doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He's young. We'll see what happens with it. But at 9, when you decide to sign up for travel ball and everyone thinks their kid's going to be the next fucking Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper, and I deal with that from parents all the time. I get it. Yep, he's great. It takes away the innocence of baseball. When you decide to do travel ball, it takes away the innocence where it gets serious. I don't think it's a mistake. I wouldn't change it for anything. But the issue is, when your son's playing travel ball and it's so competitive, which is good, you want him to have the competitive juices flowing and play against great competition. But when you do that and then they go back to rec and you have kids on the team that can't throw or catch and have never played before, ignorance is bliss. So if Tiger didn't play travel ball, I'd just assume that's how this goes, and he's 9 and it's all good. These kids will learn, and if not, T does his thing. He's having fun playing with his friends. But we decided to go the travel ball route, and the kids are good. All the kids are good. We played 2 teams yesterday in Santa Clarita. Lost the first game to a majors team. They're good, and T pitched great. And then the second team, we housed 23-2, and that team was horrendous. So it's just, I'm just spitballing, man. It's just, you're like, man, this got serious real fast. My boy Hector, he works with all these pros, he told me from day one, listen, I know T's just starting to play. He's going to be an outlier. He's going to be good. Wait to do travel ball till he's like 12, man, because it takes their innocence away. It goes from fun to super serious. I'm like, oh, he's crazy. Boy, he called it. Everyone's told me that too. And there's some kids, like the team we played yesterday, they play year round. They play 100 games a year. They travel. They're 9. They go to Phoenix. They go to the freaking Washington. They go to New York. They go to Texas. They play year round. I just don't think that's the way to do it. I don't. And boy, these kids are good. And their baseball IQs are through the roof. And damn, they're good. They make little mistakes. And you got the 150-pound kid who's not keto hitting home runs, and it's okay, buddy, you're 9. This is the heyday. After this, downhill. But those kids crush it. I just don't think it's the way to do it. I don't. I think if you look at the pros, you talk to any of the pros, like, no, man, you got to play. You got to be diverse. You got to play basketball, football. Still work on baseball, but it can't be just baseball full time. You're going to burn them out. But these parents, Mookie Betts. I know. He's very good. He played a lot of other sports. That's just my 2 cents, man. Tiger's in a bit of a drought right now, hitting, keeps lifting his head. And when he plays well, we always go to the snack shack, and he gets candy. He goes, Dad, can I have candy? I went, candy's for hitters. Get in the car. But get in the car. Can I have a Slurpee? Oh, Slurpees are for hitters. Yeah, but I pitched really well. I don't give a fuck. You embarrassed me. I didn't talk to him like that. But yeah, he didn't get candy. No, absolutely not. No. It's frustrating, but it's tough to get mad at him. He's 9, man. He's 9. He's having fun with his boys. Having fun with his boys. Nothing better. Had a game Saturday. Then he had a birthday party. And then I rushed home to grill for the family for UFC 313, which I'll get to. And then Sunday, he had 2 games back-to-back in Santa Clarita. Nothing better, dude. There's nothing I'd rather do with my life. It is the best thing I've ever done. It's fantastic. So that's the dilemma. And yeah, I can see why these parents play year-round. I'm sure the kids like, yeah, this is cool. But for the parents, it like gives you something to do. Like my weekends are packed and no complaints. The drive, you spend all this time with your kid. So I can understand why they play year round, but you look at the big picture and it's like, but you're going to burn them out at 14. And if they're pitching, like Tiger pitched 1 inning on Saturday in rec, which is whatever, like 11 pitches, 3 up, 3 down. He can do that. And then you throw 70 pitches on Sunday. I got to give him a week off, but we have a game Tuesday. These games on Sunday. So these parents are pitching to kids, 100 pitches a week. I'm telling you, it's a red flag. But who's to argue? Because you look at these little bitches, you're like, oh my God, that kid's good. Some are so good, man. So good. It's interesting. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. On top of that, the move. We'll figure it out, baby. So let's talk about UFC 313. So he plays his baseball game, rec league. Oh, it's hilarious, too. The parents that come from travel ball to rec and just think they're freaking royalty. There's like an arrogance, which I get, because some of the kids are first timers, and then you got this kid, they look like the fucking Los Angeles Dodgers compared to these kids that have never played before. It's rec, and these parents are super arrogant. Anyway, so he has this game, and then he has a birthday party. And the party's right by the house, and I'm like, all right, prelim's going to start at 5. As long as I'm out here by 4:30, I can stop at Whole Foods, get the meat, grill, and I won't miss a prelim. I have to watch the prelims. I have to start with prelims. So my night, there's nothing better when I have baseball for tea in Boston, and then I have a UFC at night. Dude, there is nothing better. It's my favorite thing in the world. A big pay-per-view UFC and baseball during the day, it is heaven. There's nothing better. So I get the meat. Oh, my father-in-law had to pick up the meat because I forgot my wallet. So I got to the front, and they're like, cool, 100 whatever. And I'm like, oh, I don't have my wallet. That's fine. Not a big deal. Right up the street. So he has to come get the food, right? So I get home and watch some prelims, some Fight Pass. I'm like, all right. They're all right. Nothing to blow your hair back, but there's some fun fights. All right, but this main card's going to be sick. And my girl always knows. I say never wait till right when the pay-per-view starts, because there's a lot of people trying to get it and there might be a delay. We've never had an issue. So I see so many complaints from people out there about ESPN Plus and the pay-per-view service. I've never had an issue. Their entire existence of UFC's relationship with ESPN, I've never had an issue. So I never understood. I'm like, something they're doing. My girl knows to order the fight early. Your boy's grilling. Dude, my grill skills. It's the only thing I can cook. You name it, fish, steak, burgers are fire, brats. I always have to make 3 hot dogs for Basti. It's all he eats. He only eats hot dogs or chicken tenders. That's it. He's shredded. I cook Basti's hot dogs, 3 hot dogs. Cook all the steak for everyone. The marinade's fucking fire. I got it down to a key. My grill's a nightmare. I'm the only person that can work it. It's like if you have a car and it's your project, and people are like, aren't you worried about somebody stealing? Like my Hummer? Like, no one knows how to start that thing. This thing's impossible to start. That's my grill. Certain places, it will be straight fucking fire and burn the meat. But I know how it works. So I'm the only one that can work it. So your boy makes a mean-ass steak on there. Steak's already juicy, marinade. Bought these fucking hot dogs, lit up, ready to go. What can I go, babe, did you get the pay-per-view? And she goes, oh, I forgot. I'm like, okay, not a big deal. I'll just do it right now. In my back of my mind, I'm like, it's never let me down. Not a big deal. It's 7:05 at this point. Pay-per-view started at 7. It's nothing interesting, more nuts. So I click it, purchase. Yep, ESPN, clip. It goes, error. Please try again. I'm like, that's weird. Maybe it's our Wi-Fi. Look at my Wi-Fi. No, it's 5G. This thing's popping. We have the route right to the house. There's no lines outside. There's no rain. That didn't make sense. Gotta try again. Click. Error. Please try again. I'm like, all right, man. Now it's 7:08. Now it's 7:08, and your boy's starting to sweat. Food? Fuck your food. I'm not going to eat it till we get this pay-per-view. Try again. Error. Please try again. I'm like, all right, well, this is a ESPN problem. And then I always go, let me go online and see if other people have problems. My boy Cheeto, I'm like, anyone else having problems? Frankie Edgar. They charged me twice. I'm like, oh, boy, seems like a good amount of people are having it. So I get on Thick Boy group chat. Yo, anybody else having problems? Chin has problems. Lex has problems. Fucking Casey. Dude, you've seen Ruffy's knockout. Best I've ever seen. I was all. You ever seen that Chihuahua where he's all? That was me during your text. I'm like, was it good? And I thought you're like, you know how we always fuck around? I was like, oh, yes. You're like, dude, it's the most insane KO you've ever seen. Top 5. I'm like, oh, he's fucking around. He's fucking around. And then sure enough, some on Twitter post, I'm like, oh, that was a sick knockout, man. I'm stressing out. So then I got to do what you got to do. I had to go to the dark arts. Your boy had to figure it out. Whatever that means to you, your boy had to figure it out. Because I got my parent-in-laws like, what are we going to do? They love the UFC. He's like, what are we going to do? I'm like, don't worry. Your boys have to go dark mode. Mm-hmm. Whatever that means to you. Mm-hmm. I bought it. Yeah. So I go dark mode. First fight I see on the main card. And remember, I've been looking forward to this for days. I've been counting down the days for UFC 313. So your boy goes dark mode. Quality's not great. I have the, whatever, 890-inch TV. It's cut down like this, but we can see it. And they're complaining a little bit. I'm like, yeah, well, you should be grateful. But whatever, your boy figured it out. And there's hot food. All right, I'm serving up hot food here. First fight of the night's Amanda Lemos. Not in 4K. And on a smaller screen. Buddy, it is the worst fight in UFC history. Whoever thought to put her and her opponent on a main card in a UFC, it is such low-level, skill-wise fighting. I don't know. I know UFC, pro-Trump and far-right and all this shit. I don't know if it's a DI higher shit here. I don't know what's going on. But Dana McMahon, who I love, and Dana I love, Shelby, I love you guys. Stop it. But fucking stop it. Because I paid $80 and I'm watching on this low HD shit and I'm dealing with a lot of moving parts right now. When you display that, it hurts your brand. You cannot sit here and tell me Amanda Lemos and Lasman Lucindo are two of the best fighters you have to offer. And you're asking the public to pay money for it. You are taking advantage of your fan base, and especially the hardcores. You're fucking us over. I can deal with watered down fight nights and Apex and all that shit. I can deal with this Middle Eastern push and all that blood money. I can get down with all that. I see what you guys are doing. But when you have a UFC 313 headline by your biggest star on the main card, you put a watered down fight of two non-skilled people. Well, now you're just taking advantage of the fan base. You're just assuming that the brand's bigger than anything and you can keep shoving this shit down our face. There is no way in fuck you can sit down and tell me that those are the two most technical and talented fighters, whether it's man or woman. I don't give a fuck about that. Just pound for pound, skill for skill. You cannot sit there and tell me they deserve placement on a UFC pay-per-view that I had to buy. There's no way, dude. There's no fucking way, man. You got to stop that. I get the watered down fight nights like the one coming up this weekend, which we get to, the ones leading up to this pay-per-view. I get all that, and I watch all of them, and thank you, I'm grateful. But, buddy, when it comes down to pay-per-view and you're asking for the public's money during the current climate we're in with inflation, eggs are $8. And you're going to give me this fight matchup of these two non-skilled fucking strawweights on a main card? you out your mind. Not to mention, I couldn't get the fucking pay-per-view. So I had to watch it other ways. Geez, I wonder why so many people are illegally streaming your shit. Because this is what you're providing. Most of my boys, they're not hardcore, they're not like us in here who love UFC. They only tune in to the main or co-main event. The rest card shit. That used to not to be the case. The case used to be what separated UFC from everybody else is from top to bottom. That thing was stacked. You knew who the fuck we're fighting. And it was also the best of the best we're fighting, especially on a big pay-per-view. Well, now you've turned into fucking boxing. I know you TKO and all that shit. Well, now you're mimicking what they're doing. It's a shit product. Boxing is atrocious right now. If fucking Homeboy didn't come in from the Middle East and give us the fights you want to see, even those cards are usually shit. But you're doing exactly what boxing has done, and they've ruined their product. And now you're taking a page from their book and giving us this shit? That's insane to me. That's insane. And the whole ESPN Plus, the pay-per-view not working, they're in negotiation rights right now. If you think that wasn't on purpose, you out your mind. That's ESPN, who doesn't give a flying fuck about UFC, really. They're in turmoil. But if you don't think that's a flex from them, I've never had issues. All of a sudden, during negotiation rights, issues just pop up. That's somebody going, oh, really? You want to play hardball? This is what your numbers will look like without us. That's what I think. Tinfoil hat on. Never had issues. All of a sudden, half the fucking world has issues. That's weird. During negotiations, that's weird. Let's take a little break here. What does a mechanic and auto shop owner in Georgia, a taco restaurant operator in Arizona, and a life-saving medical innovator in Tennessee have in common? Well, they're all small businesses, and they're all thriving on TikTok. That's right. She Mechanic, AZ Taco King, CPR Rap are just 3 of the 7.5 million businesses across the U.S. that are using TikTok to compete and grow. From family-run establishments to entrepreneurs, 74% of businesses stay on TikTok, say platform has allowed them to scale the operations, increase sales, expand new locations, and the growth means jobs. Today, millions of businesses on TikTok employ more than 28 million people and counting. Small businesses thrive on TikTok. Learn more about TikTok's contribution to the U.S. economy at tiktokeconomicimpact.com. And if I'm Alex Pierre, who's the only one getting pay-per-view points here, I don't think Justin is because he's not champ. He's definitely not. But if you're Alex, you're like, hey, dude, you cost me so much money. That's outside my pay grade. I don't deal with the logistics of pay-per-view buys and if people can get them or can't get them. But generally, I get this much because half the world couldn't pay for the pay-per-view. Now I'm getting this much? No. His management, he's like, hold up. You need to toss another 7 figures on that thing because you guys fucked up. And they say, well, only this many people have problems. Who knows? Because once word got out that there's have issues, I bet a lot of people just went, oh, I'm out. And they just illegally streamed it. I would argue if I'm Alex, like, yeah, I know I lost, but here's what I should be paid. That's on you guys, not me. So let's get to Alex and Magomed of Ankalaev. If you don't have Alex win this fight 1-3-5, you ain't shit. You ain't shit Mondays. If you don't have Alex win the third, I'll debate with you. I get it, but I can debate a winning round for Alex. 1-5. If you don't have Alex winning 1-5, you don't know the fucking sport. If you don't have Alex win that 5th fucking round, you don't know fighting. He clearly won that 5th round. I had it 2-2 going into the 5th. I looked at my family and I went, here we go. Alex has to win this round. Magomedov did nothing, held him against the cage. That's it on that 5th round. Prior to that, he was getting fucked up. That 5th round, clear as day. Clear as day. That being said, we got to give credit to Ankalaev, who I'm not a huge fan of, but the guy's fucking talented. He's tough as fuck. It's a nightmare for the UFC that he won. A nightmare. Look at Dana's face. I knew Ankalaev won before Bruce Buffer read off anything because I always look at Dana in the back. You can tell by his face. He's looking at Bruce Buffer and he just goes, fuck. It's a nightmare that Ankalaev's champ. It's a complete disaster across the board. He beat their biggest star. What I tell you guys, the pressure is on Alex in this fight because the butterfly effect leads to heavyweight with Tom Aspinall, which heavyweight's never been worse. That thing is a complete disaster. John Jones, clearly Aspinall's not getting out of bed, but Alex would have done it. If Alex would have went there, and whether Alex beats Tom or not, it just builds Tom's credit a little more, and that will get John out of bed. But now we don't get that. We don't get that. But that being said, we can't take away from Ankalaev. He didn't do anything wrong. If you've ever watched Ankalaev's fights, he's never the most exciting guy. I told you he's not a fucking grappler. He went 0 for 11 on takedowns against a fucking kickboxer. Can he grapple? Sure. Is he high level? No. This was striker versus striker. So we can't take anything away from Ankalaev. He did what he had to do. I still thought he lost, even though he probably fought his best fight in his entire career to beat Alex and was in there for 25 minutes and he get knocked out. But this isn't about Ankalaev. I'm not. Again, kudos to him. You're the champ right now. We'll see how long that lasts. The whole narrative on Alex losing at UFC 313 is Alex Pereira didn't fight like Alex. Alex Pereira fought his first quote-unquote grappler and was so consumed and so worried about getting taken down, he didn't fight like he just traditionally fights. You look at, I think he's threw less than 15% of shots to the head. You're not knocking out anybody with those numbers. The odds of you knocking out a guy at a high level when only 15% of your output is less than 15% is slim to fucking none. And the one thing that bothered me is in the first round, when he sits down, what's the first thing he says? My takedown defense is good, right? And Glover goes, yeah. Listen, you got to quit going back. They're like, yeah. It's not shit, man. It's not like you're not fighting Khabib. But Alex was so consumed about getting taken down. It's all he cared about. Sure, you defended 11 out of 11 shots. Kudos. But you lost the fight, dude, because you didn't do what got you to the party, dude. You were so worried about getting taken down. And for what? I hate when guys do this. What makes Alex special is there's nobody in the world who can stand with him. Oh, Alex just did. He didn't. He really didn't. Alex was on his back foot. All he did is throw kicks, threw some jabs, never really sat down his shots because he's so consumed about getting fucking taken down. All he did is throw leg kicks. I still had him winning the fight. Terrible performance by him. But he was so worried. Now let's go through it. In his mind, his team should go, let's go through worst case scenario. Let's say first round, he comes out, you get taken down. He's never submitted anybody. What are you so worried about? Alex mentality, and I've fought really good wrestlers and grapplers. I'm talking world class, jiu-jitsu practitioners, guys that have submissions, and I get the fair. But when it's on the feet, Alex mentality should be, oh, you're fucked. And it's just a matter of time before I get this timing down and I'm going to knock you the fuck out. But instead, it was not that because they're on the feet most of the fight. Instead, it was, how good's my takedown defense? Cool. Yeah, it's great against the fence, but set up your combos, dude. And Ankalaev's quicker and faster than he is just putting things together. But what makes Alex special is his timing. Izzy was quicker than him. Jan was probably the only one at his level as far as speed-wise. Yuri's quicker. Jamal Hill's quicker. Alex's thing is not being the quickest guy at the party. His thing, what makes him so unique and makes him so special is his capability to download your movement and time it to completely start you and knock you out. But he was so consumed with getting taken down and so worried. What's worst case happens here, dude? I hate when guys do this. It's similar to when Bo Nickel fights a grappler and goes, I'm just going to outstrike him. No, do what makes you special. Fuck his grappling. Fuck his striking. Take his ass down. That's what made Khabib so damn dominant. You're a wrestler? Cool. I'm going to out-wrestle you. Oh, you're a striker? Cool. My ego's not in this. I'm not going to strike with your ass. I'm going to fucking take you down and break you. That's what makes those guys special. For Alex, his thing should be, you might get me down. You might. But when we get to the feet, you're so fucked. It's just a matter of time. In 25 minutes, it's just a matter of time before I get my timing and this thing's over. But instead, he went, okay, I'm not going to sit down my shots. I'm going to stand outside, stay on my back foot, throw some leg kicks, and not get taken down. He didn't take me down. He went 0 for 11. Yeah, I know. Great job. That's all you focused on. That being said, I still had him winning rounds 1, 3, and 5. Even with that shitty performance. Now, they will do immediate rematch, guarantee you. Have to. He's your biggest star. He's what's keeping the UFC afloat. There's not a ton of stars, and we can go through it. It's a bit of a shit show. So they need Alex. So you can get immediate rematch. So I think now that Alex has been in there with him and knows his takedowns aren't Khabib-ish or Makhachev-ish, he's going to hopefully sit down on shots and knock this dude out in 25 minutes. You would hope. He learns from this, and he's going to be a champ. And they're not going to do a trilogy. They're not going to do that. Alex is going to beat him, then he's going to go to heavyweight. So this is just a kink in the road. It's a little sidetrack where it's, all right, God damn it, you lost. You're so worried about getting taken down. All right, instead of going to heavyweight, that's going to be delayed now. Now we got to go back and rematch. He beats him, then we do it. It's just a delay. He'll get there. Ankalaev did Ankalaev shit. He looked no different. Nothing was special. No chain wrestling. Just held him against the cage. That's it. Only one person got taken down. It was Ankalaev. If I told you last Monday morning, hey, I know how this fight's going to go. Ankalaev's going to go 0 for 11 on takedowns, and the only takedowns can be Alex Pereira. Who would you think wins? You'd be like, oh, Alex fucking starched him. He can't take him down? It's just on the feet? Oh, this is easy. Alex wins. And the judges that had it 4-1, you should never work again. You don't know what the fuck you're watching. And it's a problem with the sport. 4-1's insane. How you can't give Alex 1 and 5 is wild. Nobody got robbed. I hate when robbed because the third round is super close, but you got to give it to Alex. Because go to that third round. He outstruck him. 21-17. It's close. Frustrating fight. That was just a cherry on a shit cake. Ruined my night. But hopefully Alex learns from this. It's really his first time fighting a guy this well-rounded. Alex, by far more well-rounded. I'm sorry, Ankalaev's by far more well-rounded mixed martial artist, but Pierre is so dominant in what he does in stand-up that he can nullify what Ankalaev does, but he didn't do it Saturday night. He decided just to focus on wrestling, and for what? You're that scared? How bad is your ground? Did he just get a black belt? Which I'm always skeptical of that stuff. Whenever a pure striker gets a black belt from a coach, I'm always like, I don't see it. Where's he working on at? Where's he competing at? In grappling. Whenever I see they award him as black belts, like, all right, that's a little weird. There's black belts, then there's black belts. So for Alex, like, you're that scared of getting taken down by this guy who's never finished anybody? Doesn't even do ground and pound? You don't have faith in your skill set that you can get back to your feet? You got to sit down your fucking punches, man. How else are you going to beat him? What are you going to do, dude? How the fuck else are you going to beat him? You're just going to stand on your back foot and throw leg kicks and throw less than 15% of your shots to the head and expect to finish this guy who's never been finished? The fuck are you doing? But again, still thought he won the fight. Even with that terrible game plan and having this terrible fear of getting taken down. But when he went back to that corner, this is the number one red flag. He gets to his corner and goes, the takedown defense was good, right? Glover's a fighter's fighter. Yeah, it was cool. That's what? That's what we've been fucking doing all camp. Yeah, we know he's not Khabib or Makhachev. What the fuck? Yeah, congrats, dude. Now fucking knock him out. But no. You're so worried about it. So it's one of two things. A, You've never fought a guy of this caliber, a little well-rounded. All right, you figured it out. He don't have a ton of experience, remember. He got experience in this fight. Takedown defense, all right, you did it. Even though it's no chain wrestling, it was against the cage, pretty easy. He's not exactly GSP setting up takedowns. So you did that. Sorry, Brian just walked by and fucked up my train of thought. He's jumping around like a bunny. Let's take a little break here because your boy is super sensitive to caffeine. I always feel a little jittery. It always gives me an upset stomach when I do too much coffee. So your boy started messing around with a little bit of mud water. All right. It's March. Spring is just around the corner. It's the perfect time to refresh your routine. Maybe you're thinking about shaking off the winter blues. It's not just your average cup of joe. With a blend of cacao, chai, turmeric, and mushrooms, it helps you feel more focused without the crash. It's smooth, steady, and Aussie. Just makes you feel better. That's why I take it. You just feel better. It's easy. All right. Every single ingredient in Mudwater's products are 100% USDA certified, organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, kosher. There's also zero sugar, no sweeteners added. That's why I love it. I don't put any sweetener in my coffee. Nothing. All right. To use Mudwater, you simply drop the powder in your favorite mug, pour some water on it, give it a mix. Some go wild, add creamer, honey, even CBD. I don't do all that. I just use the Mudwater. There's also caffeine-free blends available if that's not your thing. Best part about Mudwater is it provides sustained energy without the spike and crash of your regular coffee. I'm telling you, give it a go. It's a no-brainer. Mudwater is where it's at. Ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to Mudwater. That's MUDWTR.com. Grab your starter kit today. Right now, you guys get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping, free rechargeable frother when you use the code SCHAUB, SCHAUB. That's right, up to 43% off with the code SCHAUB at MUDWTR.com. That's mudwater.com. After your purchase, they ask you how you found them. Please show some love for your boy. Let them know I sent you. Keep your energy natural, refreshing all year long with Mudwater, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. Mudwater. I just don't. The whole game plan was not smart. Even that being said, I had him winning rounds 1, 3, and 5. So frustrating. So fucking frustrating. And there's nothing else. Ankalaev has to fight him again. They'll do the rematch, and soon. It'll be like in June. Nobody got hurt. There's nothing there. Justin Gaethje looked great. They just cannot get that old dinosaur, tough as nails class out of there. These young guys, we thought this young wave was coming. It's not coming. Benet Saint, he can't get. Poirier went very cool. Well, I'm not ready to leave yet. Starches him. Justin Gaethje, Fiziev, not happening. Justin looked fantastic. And everyone was worried about Justin's chin after the Holloway fight. He looked good. He ate some shots. He looked good. Still fought to his style. Still fought the way we love Justin. That's what makes him a goddamn legend, one of the best to do it. That's why we love Justin Gaethje. He still did Justin Gaethje shit. Didn't change his style, become a grappler, which he can. That's easy. He's a fucking beast grappling. Wrestling. His jiu-jitsu is another story. But wrestling, that dude can fucking wrestle his ass off. All-American from Northern Colorado. So he didn't change that. He did what he said he was going to do. And he's the Justin Gaethje we all know and love. He looked good. Fiziev taking on 2 weeks' notice. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a tough task. Then the Ruffy, I saw the highlights of the knockout. Insane knockout. Those fight nerds are doing fucking something right. They're crushing it. Disappointing card. If you're disappointed with this, wait till you see this Apex fight night coming up.
You want to see it now? Or
It's a cold, wet dick to my face. Like a long, cold, black dick to my face. Just slack. Like a fucking eel hit me right in the fucking face, but a dick. Get that shit on my face. How'd you score it, Case?
I had Ankalaev winning 5. I thought he won. I wasn't surprised when he won. It was just boring. It was a lot of clinch in the later rounds.
That's Ankalaev, though. Like that's
yeah.
his style. Alex just didn't fight the way Alex fights. He'll be fine. Again, he's new, man. You know, like people forget he don't have a ton of experience. So it's a learning experience for him. Go to the numbers on round 5 for me, Chin.
Yeah.
Let me see how they're color coordinating this. Go up.
So
So Alex is red.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't see how you. And here's part of the problem in the current scoring system is when a guy goes 0 for 11 on takedowns, you have to give some credit to the guy defending those takedowns. There has to be something said there. They don't take that in consideration, so it's almost not even worth talking about. It doesn't matter. But to hold a guy against the cage and to count those rabbit shots as significant punches is wild to me.
Yeah,
It's wild.
I don't want to count them, but it's like nothing. What else happened?
And until that moment, until he was home against the cage, he was doing more work on the outside, and the leg kicks were landing. You can't really say Ankalaev beat Alex. It's like, no, and that's your champ. Like, there's nothing to be said. If a guy's a defending world champion, again, this is how they scored. I'm just saying, like, you're not going to give him a little. You're not going to sway if it's up in the air. You're not going to sway with the defending champion, multi-defending champion, 2-division champion. Enjoy that as your champ. Let me know how many pay-per-views you sell. Go ahead. UFC has a real problem. Their stars are losing. Sugar Sean lost. You know, to a guy that's not as exciting, not as much as a fan favorite. Your biggest star, Alex, he lost. To a guy, the style, you know. And you can see why UFC kind of delayed this fight too. People are like, oh, you're just giving them ideal matchups, and UFC's like, yeah, man. Yeah, we're a business. This is gonna be his toughest matchup. He's also very green. He doesn't have a ton of experience with high level guys. This is the most high level guy that he fought, the most well rounded guy he fought, and he focused on takedown defense, and that's about it. And he lost the fight. UFC has a real and heavyweight. The women's divisions, it's never been worse. It's never been worse. That's why the UFC is really focused on the Middle East and international, and there's gonna be more international cards because I think they just haven't cultivated the talent here. There's not a ton of American stars. There's just not. Connor's doing God knows what. John, they have to beg to fight, but he's not getting out of bed. Tom Aspinall, you're the best current heavyweight. There's no one for him to fight. So you got to beg John. You're hoping this would stoke the fire and get John to get out of bed, but he lost. The UFC's in. Again, the brand's so big, and they're making more money than ever. They're like, we don't give a fuck, dude. Ankalaev, Monkalaev, Dikaev, we don't give a fuck. You know? How'd you score it, Jen?
that's the problem. I was telling Case earlier, I couldn't score it correctly because the way I was able to watch it, because I tried to buy it,
I know.
but the way I was able to watch it, I missed a ton of stuff. It would just be choppy.
Even the main event.
Yeah, I would see like this happen, and then suddenly, like it's like a few seconds later, like I couldn't watch the entire thing.
Yeah, eventually I got on Fight Pass HD, so I was good for Justin Gaethje, Fazeev, and Magomed and Alex.
Yeah.
ESPN Plus makes UFC 313 free to watch after late stream.
If you're a subscriber,
Fuck off. I already know the results.
I know. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's over.
I mean, that's all.
Who the fuck wants to watch a sport that was live recorded? We already know the results. I'm not watching that bullshit for free. Again, whatever. The fans are going to be fine. You'll figure it out. Think about Alex. He only has a few fights left. He gets paid on pay-per-view points. That's the bulk of his money. He's fucked, dude. Fucked.
Yeah. How does that work though? Do you think they plan for that? Like say something were to happen.
No,
like this.
there's no fucking.
So he's
amendment
just
in his
screwed
contract where
regardless.
just if ESPN Plus goes down, we're gonna give it. No, there's none of that. He's just fucked. Chalked it up to the game. Welcome to the UFC.
That's totally.
And you lost in a boring fight. UFC ain't doing any favors. Has anybody tried? You ever tried calling the customer service at ESPN too? We tried. Oh my god, it's a disaster.
I just do not like the app at all.
Anybody trying to purchase the pay-per-view during the technical outage would not have been charged. Hence, ESPN is not offering any rebates. Well, Frankie Edgar said he got charged twice.
I'm gonna check I haven't checked my credit card yet.
They wouldn't let ours go through. We couldn't even attempt to buy it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I still got to check it just in case it went through because I tried like multiple times.
So frustrating.
Yeah. And just to cap off this whole UFC 313 thing. So Jalen Turner, who's only 29 years old, he ended up retiring.
Yeah.
And then Curtis Blades, he was supposed to be on this card. He got the norovirus the night before.
It's tough. There was 2 fights pulled like last second. That's why there weren't as many prelims.
But so this is his second. This was the second time they tried to book him against that Rivian Kuniev guy, and then they're going to try to book it again.
Oh wow! Maybe just
the third
stop.
time.
Maybe just stop.
Just like what they have Ferguson and Khabib. It's not meant to happen.
It's just not meant to be.
Okay, so this was kind of big news. Ilia Topuria just posted this on his X. He goes, "When we announce it, you won't believe it. Get ready."
The rumors it's Connor.
That's what I would imagine too.
Have you heard that case?
Because he's moving up to 155. So yeah,
that's what they're saying. It's Connor. Now, Connor in hindsight hasn't been in camp. He's been doing his thing with the Yayo in BKFC.
Oh, with the
him fight at 155 would be. He's thick right now too.
So thick.
I don't know if it's just what fans. That'd be great. It's a great way for Ilya to be introduced at 55. But I mean, hopefully Connor can get 55. That's a tough fight for Connor. It'd be great though.
Yeah,
It's not happening.
I don't think it's happening though. So if it's not him, who is it? Because here's the thing: when we announce it, you won't believe it. Get ready. You won't believe it. It makes you go, "Oh, that's Connor." Because I wouldn't believe that. It can't be Islam if you go, when we announce it, you won't believe it. Because Islam's like, well, no, we all assumed that. And he's also, here's the thing: he's not leaving 145 and jumping to 55 if it's not some big ass fight. Connor's the only. When we see he could be doing a Dana UFC 300. Really, it's gonna blow you away. I didn't get blown. When we announce it, you won't believe it. Okay, well now you've put this out there that we won't believe it. If it's Dustin Poirier, I'd believe that. Islam, I assume that. Justin Gaethje, I'd believe that. If it's anybody in the top 5. Or Charles Oliveira. No, we'd all believe it, but maybe for casuals, they don't believe it. Like, who? But for the majority of it's like, when we announce it, you won't believe it. Get ready. Well, dude, now you're fucking with. Get ready. Well, if it's Connor, you're right. I didn't believe it, and I wasn't ready. Outside of that, who could it be? Who could it be? At 55, who could it be? Where you won't believe it excuse me, sir, get ready? Well, I'm always ready. But it takes a lot to fucking make me not believe it. Mm-hmm. The only fight that could possibly make me not ready, Topuria, is Connor. And if it's that,
I wouldn't believe it so much so that I don't believe it.
Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't believe it so much. Even if you announce it, I still don't think it's going to happen. That's what would blow my fucking socks off. But, dude, if you're going to fuck with the fan base, don't pull a John Jones where he's like, I have a huge announcement. Oh, and then drop some fucking,
I'm partnering with Energy Water.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't be that. And that's not Ilya. That's not his type. Excuse me, sir? Get ready? Well, I'm ready at all times.
Okay, so you guys also mentioned 2 other possibilities. And so this is Beneil Dariush talking to Submission Radio, and this is what he says. I don't know if he actually has all the information, but this is what he says.
Right now, my understanding is Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway are going to fight. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's 100% sealed and done, but that's what I'm hearing. Right now,
So he kind of slipped by saying that. So that's
he'll be disciplined for that. Yeah, by discipline mean they're just going to sit you out again.
Oh man. But I mean,
Poirier Max.
If they eliminates Max and Poirier,
Well, even Dustin Poirier, that's not blowing me away. Max, you fought him. That's not going to do it.
I mean, I can only imagine Connor.
It has to be Connor,
yeah.
right?
We'll see. He's probably partnering with some energy bullshit.
I got a Dogecoin or whatever the fuck it is. You're like, what? The hell? You know how upset people are going to be?
Dogecoin. Yeah. Yeah, that would suck if he did that.
Dustin Poirier, like his last fight, whatever he wants. He can do no wrong in my book. I love both of them.
Yeah.
Dustin did say he wants a legend. That would do it.
Also, I heard, going back to Curtis Blades real quick, I heard Curtis Blades on, I think it was UFC Unfiltered, and he said that if they're going to pay me $400,000 to fight this guy that no one knows, of course I'm going to take it. Is he making that much freaking money? Holy crap.
You think that's a lot of money, Chad? For a guy that's been top 5 for 8 years?
I just don't think they would pay him that
$400,000?
much, yeah.
No, he's earned it. I'm surprised they're paying him that little.
Yeah, he's definitely
top 5 heavyweight for fucking 8 years?
I would say most
400K?
fighters should be earning more money, but $400K did sound surprising to me.
That doesn't surprise me. No.
Especially for like a random dude he's fighting.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter who he's fighting. That's, he's fought Francis.
Yeah.
He's fought Derek fucking Lewis. He's fought the who's who. Aspinall twice. He's up
He
there,
fought
man.
some killers
Yeah,
for
heavyweight
sure.
too. He's probably on his 3rd contract.
He could also be including like the fight and win money in there.
Yeah, 2 and 2. Yeah, it's not crazy.
Okay, well, that changes everything. Never mind.
Let's take a little break here. This episode of the Schaub Show, UFC 313, is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching your insurance company to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself, see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes. It could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states. Progressive. All right, what else we got, Jen?
All right, so we talked about Dana White and Turk Al-Rashid creating a new boxing promotion. So
Yeah.
this is the official announcement. I'll just play it for you real quick.
What's up, guys? We have just done a deal to start a new boxing league with Turkey, who absolutely loves the sport of boxing.
I am very happy today. I give the flag of boxing to the best man who can handle it. He have a tough job now, but I am sure he will be delivering to the people and the fans the magnificent league and get boxing great again.
The model is proven to deliver the fights that the fans want to see.
No, it's not.
The best will fight the best, and the fighters will continue to move up the rankings and become world champions. We will continue to make announcements on where you can watch and all the rest of the details on the business as we get closer to the launch. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I think it's great. Dana's getting into boxing. They have a huge issue in boxing. He has the financial support now to just do their thing. But the issue is what made the UFC great is what Dana's talking about. The best fight the best. Doesn't matter. But now the UFC become so watered down because they've oversaturated the sport, you're not getting that anymore. So you're getting that bullshit women's fight on the major pay-per-view, UFC 313. So it's like, I'm with you. It's a proven business model. It works in combat sports. The best fight the best. The cards are loaded. It's not these shitty just main cards. Like we stack everything. But then you look at this past weekend, you're like, well, you're doing exactly what boxing did over here. But because this is new, like maybe they're going to start doing their old school ways, what made UFC great, and do it with boxing. And Dana's the best promoter of all time. So it's a good thing he's in it. But keep that same energy with your old ball and chain, man. Keep it going with the UFC, dude. Remember, why we all love the UFC is because we always complain. Boxing had one good fight and the rest you've never fucking heard of, and it was terrible fights. You're starting to tread in those waters with the UFC. The Apex and all and the fight nights, I understand that, and I love them. That's fine. I don't care. But if it's a pay-per-view and we're paying, you stack that motherfucker like we're used to. Otherwise, you're going to start to lose your hardcore fan base.
This is also Dana White on the Pat McAfee show.
According to White on Pat McAfee's show, there won't be any events with a boxing ring and the UFC octagon side by side. Thank God. We won't be seeing a bunch of UFC fighters compete in the new boxing league. No, never. I'm sure there are guys that want to box, but I literally don't want to see any of that. We keep boxers in the box and MMA guys in MMA. We'll never have that.
So that was one of the things that people thought maybe they would have some,
He
UFC
says
fighters.
that, but if Alex were to win, and,
Exactly,
and let's say he knocks out fucking Aspinall, and he's just the even bigger star, and Usyk's asking for him, then Dane's gonna play ball. But you're not gonna see just randoms fighting over in boxing under the TKO umbrella. I agree with him with that. But the big boys, he'll have his hand in it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Every time somebody gets punched in the face, Dana's bank account goes cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
So Patty Pimblett, I think you mentioned this before, like that would be obviously one of the biggest fights ever. So Patty Pimblett was saying if he were to, his plan is to win the title, and then his first fight after winning the title would be Conor.
Yeah, I just don't think he's gonna have the opportunity because I think Ilya is gonna have the first crack at Conor. Odds are Conor won't win that fight, and then they're not just gonna keep milking him dry and have him fight Patty after that. So I think Patty's a little too late to the dance. By the time Conor's able to fight, if he ever fights again, Topier's gonna be the one that take that kind of crown.
So you see what it says here, though, right?
But I do want to batter hand sanitize Topieri. I want to show him how small he is and show him that he's got little man syndrome. So he's another one I'd love to fight. Yeah, Topier's not that small. I know that's the narrative that he's this tiny guy. He's really not. 45 was a tough cut for him. That's why he went up to 55. Yep. Topier's not, I hate to tell you, he's not that tiny. Now, Patty's fucking massive for 55, so Patty's a big 55er. Patty could probably fight at 70, probably eventually will, but Topier is not a small 55er. It's not like that.
And that sanitizer reference was like when they first had like some, issue with each other, they were throwing
hand sanitizer.
This is back during like near the pandemic times. All right, so I'm sure you might have heard this that the FBI director is now saying like he wants
some FBI. You know who Cash Patel is?
I just said I changed
some.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there I go. The FBI director, Cash Patel. He wanted UFC fighters to train his agents, and then some people thought it was like, oh, it's just maybe saying something, but Dana said it's actually real, like it's true.
Yeah, Dana said all these UFC fighters like, I'll train them
because it's extra money.
Yes and no, and they just want to be part of it,
That too, obviously. I'll just play this real quick.
Cash Patel was here tonight. I know he made some news saying there could be a deal between you guys and the FBI at some point. I guess, has there been any further discussions and where you are on that? What might that look like?
Well, after he said that, my phone blew up. Everybody wants to be the trainers to the FBI now, so I got everybody. But he's dead serious about that. I talked to him about it tonight. Yeah, he's dead serious, so we'll see. We'll see how that starts to come together.
They should just get Henry Gracie to do it. Like hand-to-hand combat, that's what he does. He trains the coaches. A lot of these UFC fighters, they know how to fight, but they're not great coaches. Like Henry Gracie can actually teach it and elaborate and communicate with it. Like he's the guy you'd want to get, not just random UFC fighters. Let's take a little break. We're almost at the end of the show here. This episode of the Schaub Show, UFC 13 Breakdown, is brought to you by the world's first alcoholic detoxifier that reduces blood alcohol content in as little as 30 minutes. Listen, you sit down with your family, you got some meat grilling, you got hot dogs for the boys, you're ready to go, and then you're stressed out. So what do? You drink more. Well, guess what? Have that drink. It's okay to be stressed about the UFC, ESPN Plus not working. Calm down, have those drinks to relax. You're still going to have a good time and wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, rejuvenated because you have Sure Shot. That's right. You get a sharper mind and body, liver support, well-being boost, gut support, hydration. All you got to do is go to SureShot.com, use promo code Brendan, get 10% off. Go to your local Bevmo, TikTok shop. They're all over Amazon. Go to SureShot.com, promo code Brendan, 10% off. Let's get back to the program.
Alrighty, have you seen this clip of Oscar De La Hoya talking about Ryan Garcia? Because Ryan Garcia has like a new fight with Rolly Romero, and it's all in that whole spectrum of I think Abu Dhabi, Turkey, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, this is Oscar trying to talk up Ryan, but it just sounds terrible. So, sorry.
Year now, it's gonna be about a year now. He's hungry. He's hungry to get on top. He's hungry to be world champion.
People are freaking out.
What?
Oh shit! Pause, man. You gotta pause. There's no Diddy.
Oh, that.
Big drama.
Oh, sorry.
Show.
All right.
Big drama show.
My bad. All right. God damn. All right.
He said, "God damn."
He's ready to just get on top of the boxing world. He's ready. No, not putting oil. So it's gonna be about a year now.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, and only a New York crowd. Hey, yo, like most people knows what he's talking about. He was like, "What? Goddamn!" That's hilarious.
All right.
He's ready to get on top, get sweaty, just grind away on that ass and bust all over.
Yep, exactly.
What happened?
So once Alex Pereira lost, his ex-girlfriend had posted this message here.
We have a new light heavyweight champion. No more Karma. So he lost at the International Women's Day. Maybe that's a sign, guys. I don't know. New light heavyweight champion Ankalaev. Congrats. He did a really good job. If you guys are talking robbery, you don't understand anything from MMA.
Oh, okay.
Let's not talk about
We'll
robbery.
listen to
That's
you, Salty X.
BS. This guy won, and actually, he got this title shot very, very late, right? So I think we should give him some props, even if we don't like him or we don't like his fight.
Oh,
style.
start a podcast though and talk about it.
No more Shama.
No. Here's the thing, Salty Ho. There's still Sharma.
Sharma.
You know how much he made, lady? I know he lost a fight and all that. He still made millions, right? He's still winning.
But he should have made more because of the damn pay-per-view crap.
But still, even if take out the pay-per-view crap, he's still, how much more money he made, lady? And he didn't get embarrassed. He didn't get outclassed. You go, okay, his takedown defense is good. Most people thought he should have won the fight. That's your take? You got to move on, lady. You got to move on. Yeah. You got to move on. And if she has a current boyfriend, he's like, what are you doing?
That's what he said. That's what he replied here.
I think she needs to stop mentioning my name because her husband might get jealous.
Shama.
Yeah. You just got to move on. Like, you celebrate with the guy lost basically a split decision in one of the toughest sports in the world. Like, oh, you think you're winning? You think because he lost, you somehow are winning? No. Just for everybody out there. All the guys you see fighting or playing sports at a professional level, even if they lose, they're still winning in every aspect of life. They're still crushing it. Yeah, don't get twisted. Her boyfriend's probably like, fuck. Why would you do that?
Boyfriend or husband, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I know, just let it. I don't get it. I don't get that stuff. You mentioned Henner. So Henner brought up this video, which is apparently in Kazakhstan. I'll just play it. He'll describe it for
Oh,
you.
I saw he grabs the knife.
Yo, this may be the most heroic and most ninja thing I've ever seen. At an airport in Kazakhstan, this man takes an employee hostage with a huge knife and threatens to have a bomb. The woman is understandably fearing for her life when out of nowhere, 52-year-old retired pro boxer Musa Abdraim says, take me instead of her. And the hostage holder agrees. Mr.
Why would he
Abdraim
agree?
switches places with the hostage.
Yeah, I'll take the
calm
professional
as a
boxer. Get
cucumber.
over
And keep
here.
in mind, they are surrounded by law enforcement, but no one is doing anything because it's a hostage
He
situation.
grabs the
But
blade
this is when the
open-handed,
hero
though.
uses
Like,
principle
he grabs the
17 of the
side of the
32
blade.
principles. False surrender to get the man to calm down. And then he uses principle 19, redirection, to get him to look at and address the crowd. The moment the man's distracted, he uses the velocity principle, number 7, to grab the knife by the blade and take control of it. Unbelievable. But the most impressive part that no one is talking about is that he appears to have pulled the blade right out of the hilt, which is crazy. Look, he's still holding it in his hand. It was either a very weak knife or a very strong grip. Either way, I've never seen anything like it.
Gangster. How dumb is that criminal?
Okay.
Okay, I'll get rid of the small lady. I'll take the pro boxer. Get over here, you big lug. And then your knife just gets pulled out of your hands. Come on, dude.
This, I think, was
I'm over the eye poke thing, man. That's 2 weeks ago, big dog.
No, but I'm saying like the way that he describes it. But if you've seen it already, then that's fine.
Yeah,
because oh my God, Jeremy.
Jim Miller.
Jim Miller has been in the UFC forever, and he's like, Let me just play it.
You want to know a secret? I've got hours inside the octagon wearing these gloves. It's not the gloves. Look, I can close my fist. I can bend the ends of my fingers without the glove even moving. So if it was the glove that held my hand open, I could still go like that. But like most of these eye pokes, it's like
correct,
like that. My hand's not getting held open like that. Are you fucking kidding me? What causes the eye pokes is that little bitch inside that's like
it's because they don't get disciplined
and not being aggressive.
Yes,
essentially he's saying that like that's the only reason.
Yeah, they get away with
It's
it
not
because
if
you guys
change the
allow
gloves,
it.
yeah.
Although that groin kick this weekend, he took a point on the first groin kick.
Good.
Yeah, it's about goddamn time. But eye pokes, I mean, that's even worse.
And speaking of gloves, real quick, Justin Gaethje didn't have the UFC logo on his gloves.
He said it fell off.
He said it fell off, and then they took tape. But people are saying that it's because he's supporting your boy Trevor Whitman, because you know how Trevor Whitman has his own gloves that are supposed to be amazing. So that's him, like kind of like supporting him.
It doesn't support him. It'd be support him if he had Trevor's logo on there, Trevor's gloves.
I mean, you can't do that though.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, you can't really do this.
I know, but they found a way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's weird. It's not like I'm only using Trevor's because this doesn't help the sales of Trevor's gloves.
We're talking about
But it's just your boys, like, you know, being there for your boys. I would do the same kind of shit too, though.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's like, no, this was falling off, so they just took off the tape. So.
Both of them fell off.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
good for him.
And let's just end it with this. I think for current events, John Jones posted this recently. More title defenses than every other current male champion combined.
Yeah. But look at the current male champions.
I know.
Ankalaev, DDP. Out of those guys, Makhachev and DDP are your most exciting fighters. Outside that, it's fucking tough, man. Aspinall's exciting, but there's no one for him to fight. But Aspinall's great. But DDP's probably your most exciting, then Makhachev's next. Or Makhachev's probably number one, and he's your pound for pound. Makhachev and DDP. But look, how many go through those champs that John's listed here. Take John out of it. Your current champs, how many are must-see TV? Let's go through them. Ankalaev, get the fuck out of here. Bilal Muhammad, love him. Must-see TV for most people. Marab, must-see TV. You gonna stop everything you're doing? Pantoja, super skilled. Must-see TV. You gonna stop? You gonna cancel the B-Day plans, the date night for a Pantoja main card? No. Islam, depends who he's fighting. And then DDP's doing the damn thing. Yeah, they're in. Look at those champs. Who's selling a single piece of merch? Who's selling one single fight kit?
They can get there, but I know what you're saying.
That's why we need Roofy. Keep it going.
Yeah.
And then you go to 170. At 170, you got Bilal Shavkat. Shavkat beats Bilal. Like, that's, you know. UFC, there's just a lack of stars. 55's popping. 70's tough. Middleweight's tough. Light heavyweight's super tough now. Heavyweight's a complete shit show. Women's, we're going backwards. We're going backwards. We're the only sport that's going backwards. We're going backwards, folks. We're going backwards.
And damn it, I just...
What?
Magomed just won his title. So, you know what? This is very clever by him to put this particular crowd together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just going backwards. Like, women's fighting's never been worse. The skill level. You have your outliers. You have your Shevchenkos and, you know, Kayla Harrisons and stuff. But compared to a few years ago, it's going backwards. We're going backwards. 205, you're telling me Alex or Ankalaev would be champ during my run when I was there, 2013, 2018? Those boys probably aren't even in the top five. Going backwards. Heavyweight? During my prime, the 1 through 15 probably aren't even there. Chris Blades would be there with his style. Tom Aspinall would be there. Cyril Gahn's getting his ass whooped. The rest of those guys that we can't pronounce their names, they're not there. They're getting mollywopped. Going backwards. Every other sport evolving. NBA evolving. Steph Curry would light up anybody in the 90s, you know? They're just not as tough. Football-wise, like Patrick Mahomes going to light up the 90s. Baseball, fucking, you got Trout, you got fucking Bryce Harper. You got these boys, you know, Aaron Judge, Stanton, like they're going to light up. Ohtani, like everyone's getting better. You look now, you're like, who the fuck? We're going backwards. It's not good. Freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. Oh, cool. Fight night. We're going backwards. We're going backwards. Get your popcorn ready. Vittori.
Versus Delize 2.
Delize 2.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. We're going backwards. It's at the Apex again. Get me out of here, Chin.
All right, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do your thing. We're going backwards. Love you guys. I'm out.